By the time children enter kindergarten, there are already a handful of students who are put at a disadvantage in terms of attending college. Grade by grade, this disparity widens because of the resources available to students and because of their background. So, why is this? College admissions heavily rely on the use of standardized test scores, which puts minority and low income students at a disadvantage because of how these standardized tests are made. Students who have gotten perfect scores in the past have all had one thing in common. They were all read to from an early age. This may not seem like a surprise since the SAT and ACT are supposed to test the ability to read and think critically. But many students who are minorities, especially African Americans, are put at a disadvantage because only 50% of African American children are read to daily, which results in them having the lowest mean scores. Because of how heavily weighted the SAT and ACT are in college admissions decisions, many minority and low income students who have excellent grades and weak standardized test scores are not admitted to college. So, why do we still use standardized tests in college admissions? In Texas, colleges don't because they've created a better method known as the top 10% law, which automatically admits the top 10% of graduating seniors to any flagship university in Texas. The biggest benefit of this law is an increase in geographic diversity, with students at the University of Texas at Austin hailing from 240 of the state's 254 counties. Another advantage is the racial diversity it creates, with white students making up only 37% of undergraduates at the University of Texas at Dallas. Lastly, it creates socioeconomic diversity by automatically admitting some low-income students who would otherwise be deterred from applying to college because of little things some take for granted, such as application fees. Additionally, the top 10% law is proven to predict college success better than the SAT or the ACT does. In fact, most students who are in the top 10% of their high school class get better grades than non-top 10% students, even those who scored 200 to 300 points better on the SAT. So why are people against the top 10% law? Some parents believe that some schools in Texas are more rigorous than others, making it easier for those students to get admitted to flagship universities. While this might be true, there's absolutely no way to make every school equal, simply because of the unequal distribution of wealth and resources between suburban and city high schools. Because of this, there are students in city high schools with lower grades who make it in the top 10%, whereas students with the same grades in suburban high schools would not make it in the top 10%. Some may believe this would create lower performing students in college, but that's actually false. The high achieving low income students who do attend college graduate at the same rate as high income students with equivalent test scores and grades. So why as a nation are we allowing ourselves to give in to this unfair process that we call college admissions? Why are we still restricting low-income students from maximizing their potential by attending college? We have the ability to change it, to make it fair, and to employ the top 10% law in all states so everyone has equal opportunities to further their education regardless of their background.